we do. It's so funny because it actually is incorporated with Star Wars. So with Family Guy, it's always with, where he watches the movies. I think you guys have seen that, to where if the title of the movie comes up, he's like, there, he said it, right?
Yeah.
So, so with my kids, anytime we're watching, be like, we're heading for the perfect storm. And it's like, there he goes. So anyhow, when I was doing Star Wars, when I was doing The Mandalorian, Carl Weathers says, because I'm your only hope, and I'm like cracking up inside because I was like, could you imagine getting thrown off set being like, wait, time out. He said it. So that would be it. Anytime like you hear the title of a movie, just going back to Peter Griffin and being like, there he is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Sweet.
All right. What was the first movie to ever make you cry?
E.T. Yeah, it was the ending of E.T. 1982, and having black licorice Twizzlers in Yonkers, New York, Movie Land, and it was E.T. And then the one that was the most intense of all time. I don't even own a dog, but my dog Skip. But please, it just is beyond words. It's the most beautiful film ever, but there's no way I can even keep my composure at the end of that film. It's just so powerful.
You know how many people come up with E.T. and all I can remember is E.T. scared the living crap out of me as a kid. And I to the point that I actually had E.T. nightmares for 12 years. Yeah.
Oh, but when they're trying to capture him and stuff, and then at the end, it's sad.
Yeah, the end is really powerful.
I know, but when he jumped out of the bush screaming, like, it's like, I probably...
No, I got you.
I was lucky I didn't drop a deuce in my pants, so it's, yeah.
The one that used to... I had two that used to freak me out as a kid. One was Poltergeist, the guy peeling off his face, and then in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, where they would put that little thing in his ear, that little...
Ooh.
That, I was at the ripe age of those, and that really got me.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Mine was always Chucky. I don't know why, but my cousins let me watch Chucky when I was really young, and that always freaked me out. My sister had all these dolls. I had to, like, put them in her closet and shut the door. Anyways, yeah. How would you spend $100 million?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a really good story because I've been saying a lot lately. After I went to Galaxy's Edge, my whole dream for years as a diehard Star Wars fan would be to have a really good detailed life-size Millennium Falcon with a man cave in the back, where on Sundays we can do charities for kids in need. But obviously, for football Saturdays and baseball games, just to have that beautiful flat screen. But I'll tell you, after seeing the volume in person, this LED screen that's used in The Mandalorian, it would basically be to create a very, very big, large extra bedroom to where you can have a 270-degree surrounding of about maybe 13 different channels. This thing, I don't care what IMAX film theater you've been to, there is nothing compared to the clarity of this screen in person. I have never seen anything like it in my life. And I'll tell you, if you combine, let's say, orchestral music with, say 13 different channels and this kind of clarity, you may never need to leave your house ever again.
Maddie and I are 2 cities apart, and I just heard him orgasm.
Yeah. That sounds freaking awesome.
Do you know how many times I go to Maddie's house and he keeps getting a bigger TV every time I show up? Now he's going to look for a 208-inch TV.
Now I'm mating them and growing new ones.
I was going for my screen test, and I was completely distracted because you guys got to go back and watch episode 1 or 3. Werner Herzog, the back of his office, look at that little window. Look at the back of his office. It looks so real. That is the LED screen. It's the LED screen, I swear to God.
Oh, wow.
And I kept staring at it. The ceiling they would create into drywall to where that was part of his office and that was real practical effect. But the wall itself is actually fake. And if you look at it, you'll be like, okay, now I need to see what you're talking about. But it is absolutely insane to see it in person because it looks so ridiculously real.
Wow. That's amazing.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Yep. My inner nerd is totally honking out right now.
Yeah. Next question. What's the last thing you did just for yourself?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. That's a good question. Oh, man, it's crazy you say that, and I'm glad I have to think about it because, when you have kids, you start putting them first all the time. I do like Vegas. I have Vegas under control. But I would say selfishly, I do enjoy craps and, throwing down $1,000 just, without a care. I guess that would be the answer. It's just, I'll put it on what's called for the 7 to not, lay the 10 or lay the 4. to where you're hoping for the 7 to come up before either the 10 or the 4. And, you'll get, if you put down 1,000, you'll win 500 because you have a 2/3 chance of the 7 coming up. So, that's my bet. So I guess that would be it because, just putting it towards Vegas and for their electricity is probably a pretty selfish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, hey, that's cool, man. What do you do when you can't fall asleep?
I'm horrible. I mean, thankfully I've been on a schedule for the last 4 or 5 years to where I can make my own hours. But unfortunately, you're flipping through social media, and trying to just stay away from social or political issues because no matter who you are, it's going to piss you off and you're going to get into rage and get banned from Facebook for 30 days,
Yep.
Yep. Oh, great answer. What activity makes you totally lose track of time?
I really enjoy taking my sons to baseball, but again, I love this business so much, being on set, and if I'm a lead or a guest star in a show, I'm completely forgotten. I completely forget it. And even if you're doing 15, 16-hour days, to where normally that would just seem excruciating for any job, I don't even think about it. I did about 15 hours with Ronda Rousey on 911 on Fox, and it was in the middle of the night in a cold, damp warehouse. And I was just in my glory, just enjoying doing what I love and being grateful to finally, make it to the major league on more of a consistent level after, 20 years of pursuing. So I would say either performing or being at a baseball game with my boys.
Right on.
Awesome. What's the best thing you've ever eaten?
Oh, wow. What a good question. Oh, my God. Wow, that's a great question. Oh, man. I got to say, my mom used to make an amazing veal parmesan where the veal was nice and thin and then the mozzarella was crisp. And, even left over for a day would kind of be able to stick together and, have the cheese and the marinara and the veal in such a great way. That's the first thing that would come to my mind.
Making me hungry,
yeah,
man.
That sounds so good.
I both love and hate that question.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the last question, what's the favorite podcast you've been on in the last 12 hours?
Well, you guys right here. Absolutely, without question.
Excellent.
And, I'll tell you, I've been on 3 within the last 24 hours, so you guys take the cake. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with you guys.
Yeah, excellent. I was going to say, you probably had a lot before you head out, so I was holding my breath for that one.
No,
That's
please.
amazing.
It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you guys.
We can't thank you enough. We'd love to hear more that comes up, and stay in touch. We'd like to hear what's happening more in the world of the Gekko, and if Disney is going to continue on your character, because it's definitely a really cool character. He's very unique, and I'd love to definitely see more of him on the screen.
Yeah, as soon as that canon petition comes out, I'm signing it for you.
Yep.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Lair of the Gekko, for all your listeners on Facebook. Thank you so much. That's where I post regularly. And of course, Dominic Pace on Twitter, Instagram, and then GekkoTheBountyHunter.com for some updates there as well. But thank you guys so much, and hope everyone stays safe during this crazy time right now.
Thanks. You have a wonderful tour and travel safe.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Have a great evening.
Thanks. You too. Thanks, Dominic.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye-bye.
So this is a good time for us to pitch our social media. You could get us on our website.
Thefap.ca.
On Twitter.
Is the Fap4.
You can get us on Instagram.
Is the Fap Podcast.
Don't forget our Facebook.
The Freaking Awesome Podcast.
And you can always reach out via email.
Thefappodcast@gmail.com.
I'm on the air, we got this podcast.
Not again.
Wicked sweet.